Hello, you guys. My name is Leslie Ivy. I am so excited that you guys are here today, and I feel so honored to talk to you guys. But my name's Leslie Ivy. I turn 31 years old next month. I live in Dallas, Texas, and I have been an ER nurse for 6 years. A little bit about me. I started my weight loss journey at 240 plus pounds. I say 240 plus because that was when I stopped weighing myself. I have struggled with rapid weight gain, minimal weight loss my entire life, especially my entire adult life. When I got married in December of 2022, after our honeymoon, that is when I decided I was going to make a change in my habits and my routines and my consistency. And between 2022 and then when I joined Shackley and switched all of my supplements in November of 2024, I had lost 30 to 35 pounds. I am now down at 70 pounds, 75 on a good day naturally. And when I switched all of my supplements, the last 30 to 35 came off pretty quickly compared to trying to lose weight for the last, okay, I'm 31, so maybe we'll say 10 years. Trying to lose weight for the last 10 years. So to me, that is pretty quick. And not just losing it, but keeping it off. So with that story, I want to talk about, I know we were talking about the collagen and all of the things, so I will start off with that. I had never heard when Shackley acquired Modere. I had never heard of Modere before. However, I was in a space where I really was looking for something else to push me to that next level, to finally see the results of the work that I had been putting in. So I had finally started run training. I think at that point I had ran my first half marathon was in November of 2024. So about that time, maybe 2023, I can't remember. So I'd start run training. The first half marathon was absolutely wild and painful. But I had just been bit by the possibilities of what my body could do coming from a girl who used to have to modify jumping jacks. I wouldn't dare step foot on a treadmill because of the impact. I had gained 40 pounds in one semester of college. And when I went to the doctor, he was like, we're going to have to go in and shave down the bone. You have no cartilage left within your knees. I was in nursing school. I'm like, I can't do that. I'll be out of uniform and I'll have to start all over. So that, of course, was a Kickstarter for me as well. But modified jumping jacks, one step foot on a treadmill, going up the stairs hurt, going down the stairs hurt, doing simple daily tasks. And I started to have the fear of what my life would look like 10 years from now if I continued on the path that I was on, if I didn't find something to help not only alleviate the pain, but finally feel like my body was supposed to feel, because I had never felt that before. So before I get too emotional, I started with the Trim and Smooth and the Curb. These are my 90-day results, and I will post them below. These are my 90-day results with the Trim and the Curb. In August, September, over here is when I added in the liquid biocell. And then when I post the pictures, feel free to zoom in. No shame. Wow, just absolutely blown away. So before I started talking about how well this was working for me, I wanted to make sure that it actually worked and it actually did what it said it was going to do. Like I said, ER nurse, very science, very numbers. I want the clinical studies. I want the proof, and I have tried everything under the sun. If this works for me, I am sold. You have a lifer out of me. So started with the Trim and Smooth and the Curb. I added in the liquid biocell in September with the Trim and Smooth. So I was hesitant about anything that said fat burning, right? I grew up in the hydroxycut days. I would take hydroxycut, other fat burners, and all it gave me was palpitations, extreme nausea, dizziness, so usually vomiting, and just like sweaty all over, and essentially did nothing for the fat burning it had promised, right? So all of these symptoms, zero results. I have my mom on the Trim and Smooth, and she's like, ooh, what is this going to be? Because she also used to take hydroxycut. I was probably stealing my parents' hydroxycut before I could even drive. Okay, that was just the times I grew up in. But what are you going to feel when you're taking this? Essentially nothing, okay? Nothing like that. No side effects, but it can help reduce the appearance of cellulite, which this includes the sod B dimpless, which helps with skin elasticity, skin texture, and skin tone, help reduce fat in the waist, hips, and thighs, and may inhibit fat storage. So when paired with what you are doing, because I was doing all the things, strength training, lifting, walking, getting my steps in, going to work, all the things, and I was not seeing the results for the work that I was putting in at all. So I love the pictures, right? We love the physical proof. What I love more is the numbers, okay? So if you have been on a weight loss journey, if you've been in the weight loss space for a while, you know about body fat percentage, of course, our weight. Maybe you do know a little bit about skeletal muscle mass, but this was my 90 days. So you can see my weight went down, and I wrote down the numbers for you. 12.8 pounds in my weight. And then this is the subcutaneous fat. My subcutaneous fat went down 2.6%. So the subcutaneous fat is different than your visceral fat. Your subcutaneous fat is the fat right under your skin, the adipose tissue that I call it aesthetic fat. That's the aesthetic fat loss that people are looking for, right? The visceral fat is the fat that surrounds your organs. Too much fat around your liver is fatty liver disease. Too much fat around your heart is cardiovascular disease. So that was something that I was looking to decrease as well because of my background in healthcare, but also how nerdy I am about science and things. Everyone in my family has something wrong, whether it's preventative or not preventative. But I would say 80% of the health diagnoses that run in my family have been preventable. Okay, so I work in the ER, so I am mostly focused on you are already sick. I work in sick care. You have had an emergency, and now we are trying to backtrack and fix things that have gone too far or things that you can't prevent from happening to you, you know. But I love this area. I love the health and wellness space because I get to use my passion for science, education, health processes in order to focus on preventative health. So all of that with the visceral fat, so the fat that surrounds your organs, my visceral fat percentage went down 2 points, which tells me, and it's the lowest it's been in my entire life since I've been tracking this. So the fat around my organs has decreased. That is my focus on longevity. And then also my body fat percentage went down 3%, which is absolutely amazing. And the part that I'm most excited about after the part of the visceral fat decrease is the increase in my skeletal muscle mass. So my skeletal muscle mass went up 2%. And in all of these graphs, you'll see the fluctuation, but what we're looking for is the upward trend with our skeletal muscle and the downward trend of the things that we have been fighting against. It just felt like my body was fighting against me, and I was tired of pushing harder in the gym, pushing harder in my workouts, and not seeing what I wanted to see. So those are the numbers, those are the stats, those are the data, adding in the trim and smooth. So if you are on a body recomposition journey or a weight loss journey, we don't want to just lose weight, because losing weight comes from everywhere, right? We want to lose fat, and we want to keep and build our skeletal muscle mass. We want to build that skeletal muscle mass because when we get older, especially as women, we are more prone to long bone fractures. So like you fall, you break a leg, you fall, you break a hip. We want to make sure that we have the muscle surrounding the bones, the joints, the cartilage. So when oh God forbid, if we fall, if we have an injury, we are able to come back from that injury stronger. We won't be in a rehab facility, a skilled nursing facility for an extended period of time because we have no muscle mass left. So that is something that is super important to me as well. And if you have any questions on protein options, please let us know, and we will be more than happy to talk to you about that. But on a weight loss journey, we don't just want to see the number on this scale go down. We want to see those deeper metrics that show longevity. So your visceral fat, your skeletal muscle mass are the two things that I would focus on. Everything else is icing on the cake, okay? So that is my trim and smooth, absolute love. And let's talk BioCell. So there are two different formulas. The OG BioCell Life is what I have been taking. We launched the Life Plus on April 1st, and as soon as it arrived in the mail, I've been taking it. So my husband is finishing off the Life, the OG Life version, which is what I have been using, and I have seen amazing results with. and the Life Plus is what I use now only. So let me explain the BioCell Life. So yes, it's a hydrolyzed type 2 collagen. You're like, what does that mean? Okay, the regular collagens that we get off of the shelves, usually our powdered collagens, are a type 1 and a type 3 collagen, which are perfect if you are looking for minimal results from the aesthetic side, hair, skin, and nails, all of the things like that. And our collagen 9 that we have with Shaklee has all 9 essential amino acids. It is the best beauty collagen on the market, period. But when it comes to a hydrolyzed type 2 collagen, when I added this in, and I still do my powdered collagen, when I added this in, a hydrolyzed type 2 collagen, number one, it's hydrolyzed, so the ions and the molecules are smaller to increase absorption in your body. So it's actually going to absorb well and do what it says it's going to do. The type 2 collagen versus the type 1 and 3, which is your powdered collagen, this is going to help with joint mobility, connective tissue health, cardiovascular health, things like that. And my main focus was joint mobility, joint lubrication. Now that I'm on a roll with my movement and I feel good and I'm able to go up the stairs and go down the stairs, and coming from a girl who had to modify jumping jacks step side to side with every high impact movement, being able to, 4 half marathons, which, wow, I'll get emotional anyway, but 4 half marathons, and now training for my 4th HYROX race. If you don't know what HYROX is, it's like CrossFit and a 10K race had a baby, and it's an all-out sprint. That is something that I thought I would never be able to do, something that the half marathons I knew about, and I'm like, okay, maybe I can train for a 5K, but that was as far as my brain could dream, because I was having trouble with daily movements. So I added this in. I was like, if this is going to help with my joint lubrication in my knees, my 40-pound rapid weight gain in 1 semester, I went to the doctor and he's like, we got to shave the bone down. I'm like, okay, well, that means I'll be out of uniform for nursing school. I'll have to start all over. I will just deal with the pain. I'll do it, whatever. But being able to move easier, that's what I was after. And now, going up the stairs, going down the stairs, I was like 27 having that kind of pain, feeling like my body was 90. And I knew it wasn't how I was supposed to feel, but I didn't know how good I would feel when that pain subsided, when that pain went away. I'm able to recover better after my workouts, recover better after a 12-hour shift on my feet, bending down, standing up, hunched over, starting IVs, pulling and pushing patients twice my size. I needed something for longevity and to help with my consistency as well. So I was using the BioCell Life, the liquid. They also have the BioCell Beauty, I think. But I wanted the Life one. That's what I had been using. And starting this month, I added in the Life Plus. If you have not gotten the liquid BioCell, this is the one that you are going to get, okay? So not only does it have everything else that the other one has, it has the added bone density. So this is the first liquid collagen that is able to claim with clinical studies that it will help increase bone density as well as your joint mobility, cartilage integrity, connective tissue health, wrinkle reduction, hair, skin, and nails, all of that. But this is the first one that can claim bone density. And if you are a female, we want to focus on our bone density. If you know women in your family who've struggled with osteoporosis, osteopenia, easy bone breaks, especially when we get older, you need this added bone density. And it also has the triplex technology. So when we think about our normal collagens, I've used collagen powders for years, noticed absolutely nothing. But when you think of your collagen powders and other collagens, they're just simply adding more collagen into your body, which is great, especially if it works, especially if you're seeing results. With the triplex technology of the liquid BioCell, you will see there's 3 things that's happening. It is adding collagen into your body, right? It is also protecting the collagen that you do have. Your collagen starts to decline at age 20, which is the bad news, but the good news is we have something for it. But it protects the collagen you do have, it adds more collagen in, and it stimulates your body to produce more of its own collagen. So that is the triple threat with the triplex technology. But if you are looking for a little bit of an extra fat burning boost, you're going to take 1 tablespoon of Trim and Smooth in the morning, keep it in the fridge after, and 1 tablespoon of the BioCell at night. Also keep this one in the fridge after. This is what I use every single day. What I might start doing is adding in another BioCell in the morning. I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to read up on it and see. But if you are not looking for an extra fat burning boost, you can take the liquid BioCell Life in the morning and the liquid BioCell Life at night. 1 tablespoon of each gets you the full clinical dose. It's recommended to do it 12 hours apart, just so your body has time to absorb all of the collagen that it's putting in and let it do its job. But once again, keep those in the fridge afterwards. You don't have to be working out crazy hard, crazy heavy in order to use these two. This is just a simple add-in to your routine, which is what I have absolutely loved with these two options. It takes literally 0 time. And what I'm going to have you do, I was going to say challenge you to do, but what I'm going to have you do is right now, write down how you're feeling. How do you feel? How does your body feel? How do your joints feel? Do you have chronic aches and pains? Do you struggle with back pain, sciatica, anything like that? How do you feel right now? Once you get your goods, set a reminder for 30 days and write down how you feel then. And I want you to copy and paste in the reminder how you feel right now. And then 60 days from then, 60 days from day one, write it down. 90 days, write it down. And that is going to be all of the proof you need, because sometimes we need to take a step back and look. The numbers are great, the weight loss is great, but we are in a space where we want to focus on longevity, preventative healthcare, and living life to our absolute fullest. But if you have any questions, please let me know, and I will be down in the comments section chatting with you guys and sharing whatever you want to hear about. But thank you so much for being here, and I cannot wait to see how you feel after this duo. Bye.